This is a lot of money for a camper van. This too is a lot of money for a camper van. Because I spent the last 3 days, 2 nights living out of that same van. Those are kind of the big differences. What I want to point out is the little differences and then talk about price and value. Well, this is what I'm talking about here. This is the water control panel. Storyteller Overland has got to be on your list. And if we look outside, there's stuff attached to the van. Am I getting one? This is a lot of money for a camper van. This is for the 2023 Winnebago Revel, one of the best-selling adventure vans on the market. This too is a lot of money for a camper van. Today, I want to tell you why I think this is your better buy. You may agree or disagree with me, but I have to put my 2 cents into this conversation. Why? Because I spent the last 3 days, 2 nights living out of that same van. This is a Storyteller Overland 4x4 stealth mode van. And I gotta tell you, this van has changed my opinion. However, this van is very different than the van I roll around in. So we're not really comparing my van to this van. What we are doing is comparing value between the Revel and the Storyteller. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. First thing I want to do is run you through some of the things on the interior and the exterior about this van. Overall, I've really enjoyed my time in the Storyteller Overland, actually more than I thought I would. It's kind of amazing. There's one huge difference between the Revel and the Storyteller, and that is the toilet situation. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but I want to talk about the value that the Storyteller brings that the Revel cannot match, quite honestly, in my opinion. So there's some big obvious things that are very different in the Storyteller, which this is, versus the Revel. First one is up front. This has a lagoon table. You can sit 3 people around this table. The other big thing is you have a sweeping view of the entire van. That is not possible in the Revel. The Revel uses this space to have a confined toilet, room, shower, and clothing storage. These folks have opted for a shower. We probably know all about that stuff, right? Those are kind of the big differences. What I want to point out is the little differences and then talk about price and value. It's vastly different. Storyteller is they have customized touch panel controls. Sorry for the glare, maybe do like that. So you can control a whole bunch of stuff right here, lights, and it's really pretty amazing. Hello light, hello light. This is the Volta gauge. Volta is a very powerful lithium system, and the 2 digital gauges work really well together. I found them to be very useful. The Revel is using a little more antiquated style of single switches for various RV functions. The other thing I found to be really amazing is the quality of the engineering and then the build out of the materials and the installation of the materials. The installation in this van was stunningly different from my Travado. This is a cloth covered material. I think it's a wood backing, but there was not a single squeak, rattle, or roll from any of this material, and it covers everything, which has been just beautiful. Well, not the ceiling. Looking back here, the other thing that was dramatically different to me was these massive windows. Just stunning panoramic views. Let me close the door for you here. Look at those rocks here. Even the closing sound thud of the door is very different. Huge windows. Open here with a nice twist. Again, very quality, kind of stealthy. You can see them from the outside, but it's not obvious. And the amount of light and air coming into this van was very apparent to me. The quality of the cabinetry is really stunning. These are not cheap. Cabinetry has really sturdy hinges. Again, carpeted top, back, side, and bottom. Why is that important? So that your stuff doesn't rattle, it doesn't move around, and it stays where it should when in travel. Outlets back here. This is their bed system. This is vastly different than the Winnebago. You have massive amounts of garage storage. There's my stuff from my stay ready to go. This portion lays down like this, and you sleep east to west in the van. Very comfortable, very quiet. Cannot tell you how pleasurable that was. And it's the little things that make a big difference, right? Let me give you this example. So these are all the window coverings. This is the fan cover. and they actually label it, see that? Fan vent. So every window has a cover. And you know where it goes because it's on the little tag. Obviously that's not it. It looks just like this. So the little bits of difference, and these are insulated, magnetic, really well made. A couple more things to point out. Though I kind of ran this whole demo 72 hours solo, one person, just little old me, I think two people can function much better in this space than in a Revel. Why? Because it's so open. This seat converts into a bed or a seat. It's pretty nice. So again, seating for three at the table. Again, if you haven't seen my video on comparing these two rigs, you want to see that because I point out stuff like this. This, I just want to go through the build quality mostly. I'm kind of off track a little bit, but just everything fits and feels so nice. Just the little touches, you know, cargo illumination. I'm going to jump outside and show you how the controls work outside. That's a big difference. Again, just attention to detail. Let's do that now. Stay to the end because I'm going to tell you if I'm getting one of these or would I recommend one for you. A little windy, I apologize. So this is what I'm talking about here. This is the water control panel. In plain English, really well made, etched, really easy to use. Again, just really thought out, carefully, really quality materials and building. You got stuff over here too. Again, just down to the detail. The van's a little dirty, I apologize. But just down to the little bit of detail. You just don't find this in the Revel. You can see the sturdiness of the bed. You can take this cushion off and it becomes like a table or a desk. And if we look outside, there's stuff attached to the van. Molly panels, a big old roof deck. This is the ladder. Really kind of off-road looking running boards. Really quality tires and wheels. Step. Appropriate awning. Table. Some of that comes on the Revel. But I point those out because what I want to do is talk about price again. So 188 grand, let's just round up to 190, make it easy, right? This is, again, a see-through pricing, as they call it. They list everything you're going to get on the sticker. So 189,000, okay? Let's go back to the Revel. I'm going to scroll back. Right here, they have an MSRP of 213. Take off 73,000, you come down to 140. So we have a $50,000 difference in rigs. It's basically on the same chassis. In my opinion, the quality of this rig is so much better. Plus, it has all these accessories that come already installed on the van. So we have a $40,000 Delta. Is it worth 40 grand, the Storyteller Overland? I think so. I think it's actually the best value in the adventure van marketplace right now on a medium volume builder, not the small guys. They're putting out a van or two a month, but the guys that are putting some out versus the guys that are putting out, you know, many vans like Revel. So 40 grand Delta, what am I talking about? If you want to equip your rig, your Revel, with the same kind of roof rack that this one has, you're looking about 3 grand plus installation. How about the ladder? Now, Storyteller makes their own ladder, but if you want to kind of equip it with a cool one, there's another 2 grand. So what are we up to now? But wait, there's more. Let's say you wanted to do the storage, what do you call those things in the back? Cargo carriers? Yeah, these kind of things. Sherpa cargo carrier, sprinters, there's another couple grand, and those don't even include installation. What does this all mean? I think what it means for me is if you're trying to find the best quality, best innovation, and best overall value, Storyteller Overland has got to be on your list. The one caveat to that being, if you need to have a toilet room, then Revel's going to be your choice. But if we can close that 40,000 Delta, I think, pretty easily by subtracting at least $10,000 to even $15,000 worth of gear you would need to buy and install. That already comes with this stealth mode on the Storyteller. Hope this is making sense to you. It's just really come to light in the last 24 hours on, again, what a great deal this van is, what a great value it is if you're after this kind of a van. Plus, you have a whole dealer network across the country. You can go visit them in Birmingham. It's got the really powerful Volta system in it. And it's just a great community, family, and vibe that they've created over the years with the Storyteller Overland product. Am I getting one? Good question. I full-time travel. Because of that, I require a toilet. This has taught me the importance of having a toilet or not, and I would have a Storyteller probably if it had a toilet. It doesn't, so I'm not getting a Storyteller, I'm sorry to say. Would I recommend it for you? I would recommend that it be on the top of your list if you're considering an adventure van. Adventure vans are very different than the kind of rig I tour around in. That's basically a motorhome. This is meant to get dirty, meant to go off-road, go off-grid, go up into the mountains, go see this kind of stuff. Right? And if that's what you want to do, and you don't care about the toilet, you're going to figure that out, and it's either between Revel or this, or a third-party kind of a crafts builder, I would choose this. Recommend you really take a hard look and choose this Storyteller because of the service network, the dealer network, the community they've created around it, and the quality, the innovation, and the engineering that goes into this rig. They're both very expensive vans, but all things put aside, there's about a $20,000 or $30,000 difference. I think your happiness level is going to be well more received for or served being in this van versus the other guy. Let me know what you think. I could be completely way off base, but I just want to give a shout out to the Storyteller team for letting me this van for a few days. It's changed my mind on so many things. And to that, I owe some of you an apology. But to many of you, I have either helped you make a decision one way or the other, and that's the whole point, so that you can get your journey on. Until we see you soon, we like to say, get your journey on. Peace be with you, and we'll see you on the road soon. Thanks for watching. You're still watching? Appreciate that. The other thing I want to add is I find this 19-foot-ish 144 wheelbase Sprinter 4x4 really a delight to drive. I drove the larger 170 wheelbase just recently, and I really was not impressed at all. This van size, I think, is the perfect camper van size, even more so than my ProMaster if you don't need the extra feet. And if it's the extra feet to accommodate a toilet, I'm down for the 1 feet. But I just want to give you my thoughts on the chassis as well. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it.